Sir, could you please explain what a supernode is?
We shall illustrate with an example. Till now we have worked out problems with current sources only. In this particular circuit, we have two voltage sources and then resistors 6 ohms, 4 ohms, 2 ohms and 8 ohms resistors connected in this fashion, and we have to find out the voltages V1, V2 and V3. In this case, suppose this is the reference node. Suppose we want to find out the voltage here at V1. It is obvious, since there is a voltage source, a 10 volt source minus connected to the reference node and plus connected to V1, the voltage V1 is straight away we can find it out as 10 volts. But difficulty comes with the non-reference nodes. This is the reference node, V1, V2, V3 are non-reference nodes. There is a voltage source here, so trouble comes because of that. Then we have another technique called a supernode technique. If there are a voltage sources connected between non-reference nodes or any resistance in parallel with that, we replace with a supernode. That means V2 and V3 we consider as a simple supernode. The currents that are entering into the node, supernode, are I1 and I4. Currents that are leaving the supernode are I2 and I3. So, we write the Kirchhoff's current law at the supernode as currents entering equal to current leaving. Current entering are I1 and I4, currents leaving are I2 and I3. And then we write the equations for in terms of the voltage. For instance, I1 is the current flow in 2 ohms resistance. So, we can find out I1 in terms of the voltages as V1 minus V2 by 2, and I4 is the current that is flowing into the supernode, and then that current is equal to V1 minus V3 by 4 ohms. And then what are the currents leaving? I2 and I3. I2 is V2 by 8 and I3 is V3 by 6. And finally, we write the equation for the supernode. What is the voltage here? If V3 is the voltage here, V2 obviously is at more potential than V3 because there is a source connected here, because negative is connected at V3, positive is connected to V2. V2 is at a higher potential by how much? By this voltage. So, we have two equations here. V1 is already found out, it's 10 volts, and V2 is V3 plus I5, that's one equation. This is another equation. We solve all the three equations and find out the solution for V1, V2 and V3. We shall examine a more complex network. Here there is a current source, there is a dependent voltage source, there is an independent voltage source. This voltage source is connected between two non-reference nodes. This is the reference node or datum node. This voltage source is connected between two non-reference nodes 1 and 2. This dependent voltage source is again connected between two non-reference nodes 3 and 4. How to analyze it? As we have defined already what a supernode is, because there is a voltage source connected between 1 and 2, we shall mark this as a supernode, and because there is a dependent voltage source again between 3 and 4, we mark this as another supernode, second supernode. First supernode we call it as supernode 1, 2. Here we write the Kirchhoff's current law. So, what are the currents that are coming into the node? Obviously, the 10 amperes is the current that is entering the node, and I3 is the current flow into the node. So, these two are the currents that are entering into the node, I3 plus I10, these two are the currents that are entering in the node. What are the currents that are leaving the node? I2 is leaving and I1 is also leaving. That is why at supernode 1, 2, Kirchhoff's current law is sum of the currents entering are I3, and then this 10 amperes. Some of the currents that are leaving are I1 and I2. I1 is this and I2 is this. We shall represent this in terms of the voltage again using Ohm's law. So, what about I3? I3 is, this is at a higher potential than this. So, V3 minus V2, that is the potential difference between these 2 points, and the resistance is 6 ohms. This is the current I3. 10 we put it as it is because 10 is given. The current source value is given as 10 amperes. Then what about I1? I1 is the current flow in 3 ohms, and the potential at V1 is higher than V4. So, V1 minus V4 by 3 is the current here. And what about I2? I2 is the current flow here. If this is the reference and if this is the V1, V1 by 2 ohms is the current flow in this particular resistance. So, if you simplify, we will get an equation in terms of voltages V1, V2, V3 and V4. Then there is another equation at this super node 3 and 4, and we shall find out what are the currents that are entering into it and the currents that are leaving into it. The current that is entering into the super node is this I1, and what are the currents that are leaving? I4, I5 and I3. This is going out, this is going out, then this is also going out. So, at 3 and 4, the only current that is entering is I1. So, we have put it in the left hand side. I3, I4 and I5 are leaving. That is why I3 plus I4 plus I5. We have represented this I1 in terms of the voltages, I3 in terms of the voltage, I4 in terms of the voltage and I5 in terms of the voltage. So, we have an equation, simplified equation like this. Now, we have 2 equations. 2 more equations are necessary because we have to find out the 4 voltages. What are the 2 more equations? 2 more equations are V1 is at a higher potential than V2. So, V1 is equal to V2 plus this voltage 20 volts, and V3 is at a higher potential than V4. So, V3 is V4 plus 3Vx. What is Vx? Vx is the drop across 3 ohms resistance, and how much is that? The Ohm's law says that Vx equal to I1 multiplied by 3 ohms. So, Vx equal to I1 into 3, that is another equation. So, we make use of all these equations to find out the voltages V1, V2, V3 and V4. Same diagram I have rewritten here. We have the datum node and the other nodes are 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to find out the values of V1, V2, V3 and V4. We have already found out 2 equations. These 2 are the 2 equations. The other equations are V1 is at higher potential than V2 by 20 volts because 20 volts source is connected here. The other equation is we have to find out this V3 in terms of V4. So, if the voltage here is V4, that plus this dependent source Vx is that, and what about Vx? Vx is the voltage between this resistance. So, that is equal to V1 minus V4, that is the voltage Vx. So, we have how many equations? 1, 2, 3, 4, and also we have defined what Vx is. So, simultaneously we solve these equations. What it means is, instead of V1 we substitute this here in this equation, instead of V3 we substitute this in this equation, and then we eliminate the V2 also. Finally, we will get the value of V4. Then we back substitute and find out the values of V2, V1 and V3. So, that is how we get it. The solution of this particular problem is finding out the voltages at these 4 points. So, here it is 26.6 volts and the V2 is 6.6 volts here, V3 is 173 volts and V4 is minus 46.6 volts. Once you get the voltages, we get the currents. Therefore, we know the power of this. By multiplying voltage and current, we get the power of this, the power of this, the power dissipated by this resistance and power dissipated by this resistance. and finally we can find out the power delivered by these sources 1, 2 and 3. All the 3 sources we can find out. If at all we require any energy here in any of these resistances or energy delivered by any of these sources, we can find out if the time is known. Let us summarize like this. Nodal analysis is the application of Kirchhoff's current law at the non-reference nodes. We express the result in terms of the nodal voltages. By solving simultaneously all the equations, we get the node voltages. And we have also learned about a supernode. A supernode consists of 2 non-reference nodes connected by a voltage source. Nodal analysis is normally used when a circuit has fewer node equations than mesh equations. Nodal analysis is most suitable when we are using computer for calculations.